welcome to the show, The Total You. I am your hostess, Evangelist Faris Wallace, and we're coming under the direction of Abundant Faith Cathedral in Detroit. We're under the direction of Bishop Joel T. Wallace, who is the pastor. Our presentation is about your mind, body, soul, and spirit, so I'm asking, sit back and enjoy this broadcast. Today we're continuing our conversation we have with Shirlita Estes. If you tuned in last time, we were talking about being a single parent and how she has progressed from one, avenue of not destruction, but things that came against her. And she progressed past that to go over another obstacle and then another obstacle. And this is what she talked about last time. But she has gotten to a point now where she is past those obstacles. And what is so marvelous is that she decided now to start her own business. Okay? So Shalita Estes, okay, she has started not one, but two businesses. And I'm going to say Shalita Estes Stylist it's not Pretty Lita?
Pretty Lita.
Pretty Lita. And then the other one is Imagica.
Imagica.
Okay, Imagica. And I'm going to spell that Emagica.
Yes, ma'am.
Imagica. Okay, so these are two businesses. So what made you start these?
Well, I'm tired of working for other people. I want to open up a hair salon.
Okay.
But first I'm probably going to have to go work in a salon.
Okay.
To see the ins and outs, and then try to open up my own salon.
Okay, so you said last time you said that you had one more test to take before you board?
Yes.
Okay.
So I've taken my state board practical test, and now I have to take the state board theory. Once I complete the theory, then I will be a licensed cosmetologist once the theory is completed and passed.
The theory is more the book
terminology
and things like that?
Yes, ma'am.
Is that harder to pass?
Oh, it's just got a lot of thinking and studying to do. They can choose 100 questions from 1,000 questions.
Okay.
So I have no idea what questions I will be asked.
Okay. And I was seeing some of the books that you guys had
Yes,
when you were,
ma'am.
and so they can choose anything out of any of those subjects.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so are they broken down into certain areas, or is it just?
I don't know. I never took it. It's
Okay,
my first time. So, I mean, we just practice. We just study.
Okay.
We have certain chapters that they have us study the most.
Okay.
But at this point, it could be anything.
Okay, so there are not any different arenas, or specialties within the cosmetology, like the esthetician.
Mm-hmm. So they might ask you stuff for facials. They might ask you things about hair cutting. They might ask you things about hair coloring, chemical services, laws and rules. They can ask you a series of anything. And so I just have to know it all.
Okay, I'm going because I know that in the medical field we have what we call test that we take in order to make sure that we're getting to that point so we can pass the state
Yes, we have a lot of tests like that. Yes, ma'am. We have green light tests to take. We have state board practice exams to take and everything. So,
okay.
But you still don't know what you're going to be asked.
Okay, now you said that it costs $27,000.
Yes, ma'am.
And how long does this course take?
A year. And you have to get 1,500 hours.
And you have to get 1,500 hours of class work?
Yes.
That includes on the floor?
On the floor, yes.
On the floor. And when I met you in school, you have to be a senior in order to go on the floor?
No, you just have to have, I want to say, over 400 hours to start taking clients.
Before. Mm-hmm. That means 400 of class work or 400?
Yes.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Jesus. Okay, 400 hours. That's 8 times 5. That's at least 5 months into the program? Mm-hmm. Okay. I did some math, guys. Okay. Okay. So at least 5 months into the program before you can go out and start doing hair.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Ooh. Okay. So I'm going to say this. So if you do go to the school, do not forget to leave them a tip.
Yes.
A tip, because like I said, $27,000 is a year's salary for some people. Mm-hmm. That's a lot of money. Amen.
And we only get paid tips. So we don't
And they
get any
only
money
get
that you guys pay to the school. That's all for the school. So
yeah.
whatever you tip us is what we make for your hairstyle that we
Come on,
completed.
Lord. Amen. Amen. And a lot of people think, oh, what they get their hair done and say, oh, I don't like the way it turned out, and they walk out the door.
Mm-hmm. And they just do that so they don't have to pay for anything.
See? Oh my goodness. Amen. Amen. So you decided while you were there, though, that you wanted to do something different, or you wanted to open up your own salon.
Yes, ma'am. So when I came back, I was in the evening class. When I first went back to cosmetology school, I started in the evening
Okay.
so I could work in the day.
Okay.
Then that's when I had the surgery, and then when I came back to days.
Okay.
In the process of that, my grandma had called me and asked me what could she do to strengthen her hair because she had started getting bald spots in some areas and her hair was thinning out. And I said, Grandma, give me a minute. I'm going to figure it out. And when I went back in the day class, I found out that one of the instructors had taught the class how to make oil. So I asked her if she could teach me.
Okay.
She said, yeah, get your notebook out. So I'm all excited. I got my notebook out and I'm writing down everything she said. She said, first thing she said was, go to this store called Ollie's. Go to this store called Ollie's. I wrote on the paper. I didn't know what Ollie's was.
Okay.
And she said, go to the book section. I said, go to the book section and get some beginners for aromatherapy and essential oil books.
Okay.
I said, okay. She said, then go home, study them, do your research, come up with a formula, and then I'll teach you. I dropped the book and the pen down and said, come on now, why you got to do me like that? She said, because I know you're going to do something with it. So I did what she said. But when I came back with the books, she said, you just don't listen, do you? I said, you know I don't follow directions. I came back with 8 books. She only told me to go get I created my formula. I showed it to her. And one day I went and got all the stuff and
Okay.
I made it. And ever since then, I just keep making it and it's actually working and it's growing people hair and
Okay, now okay. Aromatherapy and essential oils.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what do the two have in common?
Well, some of the oils that's used for aromatherapy, it's like when you inhale them, it can do certain things to you. But
Okay.
she just told me to get those books and read through them and
Okay.
come up with a formula so I can make a product. And
Aromatherapy.
yes, ma'am.
I'm like, what does aromatherapy have to do with my hair growth? So y'all forgive me, okay? Okay, so aromatherapy. I'm thinking of smells.
Yes. Yes, the smells do something like the different. It all depends on like all of them have different properties and
Okay.
different benefits. So
Okay.
I came up with what I thought would grow the hair,
Okay.
and it's actually been working.
Okay. Guinea pigs. Go for it.
Well, my first guinea pig was my sister and my
Okay.
mom and my
Okay.
grandma out of town.
Okay.
I shipped the oil to Illinois for her to
Okay.
try. And around Thanksgiving, she called me and said, I forgot to tell you, all my bald spots are gone and my hair is growing back and it's getting stronger and
Okay.
thicker. So
Okay.
it thickens your hair as well.
Okay. So grandmama said, okay, she put a stamp of approval on
Yes.
this. Okay.
My mom used it every day.
Okay.
Every day. Her hair, I cut her hair completely off in December.
Ooh, Jesus.
Like up to here.
Okay.
And now her hair is down to here.
All right.
Since December.
Since December.
Yes, ma'am.
Come on, Jesus. Amen. Okay. You said you went out to get these products. What kind of products were these?
So I went to the health food store.
Okay.
I go to this health food store in Ferndale. And I searched up all of my ingredients, you know, through the books. And I came up with my own formula. And I went into the store and purchased the formulas. Purchased all the ingredients. And then I played with them to see how much of what, how much of what, and I finally got it to where I wanted it.
Okay, tell us.
So my ingredients consist of Organic extra virgin olive oil.
Olive oil.
I use Jamaican black castor oil.
Okay.
I use geranium. I use sweet almond oil.
Okay, wait. I'm going to be really specific. Why the different kind of oil?
So the different oils do pretty
Different
much different things.
Okay, so what is a Jamaican?
The Jamaican black castor oil,
Uh-huh.
it strengthens the hair follicles for healthy, beautiful hair. It thickens the hair. It conditions the scalps. It helps prevent breakage.
Okay.
It improves scalp circulation. It also seals the ends of your hair and moisturizes the scalps. It soothes scalp inflammation and is antifungal.
Now this is just Jamaican
Jamaican black castor oil. That's just what that does.
Okay, and I'm gonna say, okay, Jamaican, that means it's come from Jamaica?
I think it comes from Jamaica. It's 100% pure. I make sure all of my ingredients are 100% pure.
Okay.
And I get them from the health store.
Okay, Jamaican
Black castor oil.
Castor oil. I can think of castor oil as something you take when you're sick. Okay. Okay, so Jamaican black castor oil. So go ahead. What's the other ingredient?
Ma'am. The extra virgin olive oil. I use sweet almond oil, tea tree oil, geranium.
I know about tea tree oil, so tell us what tea tree oil
So
does.
the tea tree oil helps moisturize and nourish the scalp. It strengthens the hair follicles. It prevents hair loss and breakage by unclogging the follicles. Unclogging your follicles.
So your hair opens, the follicle, the hair opens up so it can push more hair
Yes,
out?
ma'am.
Okay. I'm going.
And it treats dry and oily scalp, and it's antibacterial and antimicrobial.
Okay, so
Yes,
it's
ma'am.
fighting infections. Okay, now
Yes,
I'm gonna ask a question. Dandruff.
hmm
What exactly is dandruff?
Now that I don't really
Okay.
know too much exactly what the dandruff is, but it's white and flaky.
Okay.
And it just
Because I always thought that maybe it was just not just from dry scalp, because a lot of people have dry scalp and don't really have dandruff.
Right.
So I was wondering if it was some kind of infection or inflammatory process that was going on for the dandruff.
It might be a little bit of both.
Okay,
Yeah.
so the oils help with the dry scalp
Yes,
and also, okay,
And some of them can prevent dandruff.
and prevent dandruff.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
With the tea tree, it also has properties to prevent itchiness and reduce scalp problems like the dandruff and the flakes.
Okay.
And it promotes the hair growth and
Okay.
calms irritation.
That's the part. The irritation, I know that I've gotten tea tree treatments to my scalp, and it just seems like it just breathes.
It's opening up your follicles.
And that's what I love about getting the tea tree, treatments, because it seems like it just opens it up and it smells good. Okay. Okay, go ahead.
So I also have lemongrass, cedarwood, rosemary.
You know I'm gonna ask you. So what does the lemongrass do?
The lemongrass can help with scalp health. It deep cleans the scalp and it prevents the dandruff causing bacteria, and it soothes inflammation of the scalp.
Okay.
It also strengthens the hair follicles and promotes the growth that can get rid of lice also.
So if somebody wanted to do a shampoo, can they do a shampoo with lemongrass too?
They can add some lemongrass too.
Okay. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you're okay. Cedarwood, rosemary. I have red clover flower.
Okay.
I have peppermint leaf and lavender flower. Those are the things that you see inside of the jar.
And you can actually see inside here. I thought, okay, it's like lavender and what?
Lavender flower, peppermint leaf,
and peppermint leaf.
and red clover.
And red clover. You can actually see the products inside of her oils. Amen. Okay. So go ahead. What else we got?
Which one you want to know about?
I got the sandalwood.
The cedarwood?
Cedarwood.
It improves circulations and supports hair growth. It balances the scalp oil producing glands.
Okay.
It can protect the scalp from fungal infections that cause hair loss.
Sandalwood?
Cedarwood.
Cedarwood. I want to say sandalwood.
Yeah,
cedarwood. These things sound like they're very hard to come by.
Yeah.
They are?
You have to get them from the health store.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they cost pretty
They're all different prices. The most expensive oil that I use is the geranium.
Okay, now what is the geranium?
The geranium is an oil that helps with hair growth by stimulating the hair follicles. It has antifungal and anti-dandruff properties that can help treat the scalp and prevent dryness and flakes. That's what the geranium.
Is that like a flower too, or no?
It's they have it's an oil. It might be a flower, but I haven't found it in a flower yet form. I just have it in the oil so far.
Okay, so what else did you add
in? The red clover flower.
Okay.
It increases the hair growth for those experiencing hair loss due to alopecia, and it strengthens liveliness.
Alopecia, guys. What is it?
Alopecia? Alopecia is when you have your follicles don't grow anymore.
Okay.
And it makes you have baldness.
Okay.
And my hair growth oil has been helping with some alopecia patients.
Okay. Yes. A lot of Black women have hair loss right around the edges because we pull our hair tight, and we also put a lot of products on here. So all of this helps with that.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. What else we got?
We have the peppermint leaf. It increases the blood flow to the scalp, which can stimulate regrowth and follicle death.
Okay. So you sat down and you put all of that together in a pot? How did you do this?
The first time I made it in a big pot, yes, ma'am.
Okay.
The very first time I put it in a pot.
Okay.
And I just practiced with pouring it.
Okay.
Stirring it up.
Okay.
The next time I was thinking about cooking it.
Okay.
Because it can help. So you also can heat it up.
Okay.
And massage it in your scalp. And you can use that as a treatment.
Now this bottle here, she's got it as a dropper. So you can monitor how much fluid oils you're putting on your scalp. Okay. So you tell us to put it on our scalp how often?
So I usually say 2 to 3 times a day, but like my mom, she uses it every day.
Okay.
So you can use it how you want to use it, but I just started off with recommending 2 to 3 times a day. Okay. I mean 2 to 3 times a week, not a day.
Okay, well, I'm gonna tell you, Pastor uses it quite often. Okay. Okay.
And he's one of my best supporters.
Amen. Okay, so you're saying that you're starting this. So how did you go about? You got your name. So what else?
So first I was calling it Mama's hair growth oil.
Okay.
Because my grandkids call me Mama.
Okay.
Then one of my instructors always talked about this name Imagica and how like it's actually a movie but it's spelled different.
Okay.
And she wanted to name her daughter Imagica.
Okay.
And then she just always talked about it, and I asked her, I said, hey, do you mind if I use that name as my hair growth oil?
Okay.
And she was very excited, so that's how I got the name Imagica from my instructor.
Okay.
And I just changed up the spelling.
Okay. So you got Imagica and Pretty Lita.
Pretty Lita. Yep.
Okay, Lita.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So what else did you do once you got your names?
So Salon Z is what I call my salon if I get a salon.
Okay.
I won a raffle at school.
Okay.
For a LLC. So my first LLC was paid for by the school.
The school does raffles?
So yes, we had a picnic.
Okay.
And they do little raffles or raffle off things, and one of the raffles was a LLC, and my name was picked out of a bag after 13 people was picked first. A lot of people had left. So 13 people had been called before my name was pulled out of the hat. And right before she pulled it, I said, I'm going to be next because God want me to get this LLC. And next thing you know, they put the name out and it was me.
Look at God.
It was me. And that's exactly what I said. I was eating chicken bone at the same time when she called my name.
So he made sure, he went past everybody else.
It was 13 people named that was called before me and the next person, because it was 2 people that was getting the LLC.
Okay.
And 13 names were called before me and the other person won the LLC.
Okay, now I'm going to say LLC is what?
It's, oh my God.
Yep. Licensed Liability Corporation, guys. Which means that she gets She gets licensed, but she's not liable to being sued.
Right.
Licensed Liability Corporation,
Yes.
LLC. Now, does it cost? Did it cost anything, or what did
Not
it?
the first one because the
Okay.
school paid for it.
Okay.
But when I did the hair oil and I wanted to get that LLC, I had to pay for that myself.
And how much is that one? Was it
That one was $60.
$60?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you had to do a DBA, a name?
Yes.
Doing the name. That was the
Yes.
first part. You had to
Yes,
do a
ma'am.
DBA
To
first.
make sure the name was available.
And a DBA, guys, is doing business as. You have to have a name registered so no one else can get your name or take your name, because a lot of people have similar names. So you have to go down to the city?
So I didn't have to go anywhere. I did it all online.
You did it online, but it was with the state or the city?
Yep, the state.
With the state. And you had to do a register for a DBA, doing business as. And then you get your name.
And then you're registered with Laura as well.
With Laura. Now, Laura is?
I can't remember the
Licenses and Registration Association. The licensing arm of the state, okay? You have to get licensed. You have to show something.
Everything, you just have to be licensed with everything, basically.
And that's Laura, okay?
Yes.
And she has to make sure she renews her license every year.
Yes.
Because they want you to be up to date and you want to be legal.
Yes.
Okay.
So the first time I had to renew Salon Z already, it was only $25 to renew it.
$25 to renew with Laura.
Yes.
Okay. And now you're doing business with Imagica and Pretty Lita.
So Pretty Lita is just my stylist name.
Okay.
And Salon Z would be the business.
Salon that you would do the business when you start. Okay. Okay. How do we get these?
So you can go on Imagica.com. That's EMAJICA.com. Or you can call 313-736-0247. Or you can email Salon Z, that's ZAID, 23@gmail.com. Salon Z 23 at gmail.com.
I'm going to have all of this information for you at the end of the program, so don't stress out, okay? But once you got your card, your name, doing business as, then you got your license with the state, and you got your, what's the other one?
You talking about
I got the Z.
Okay, Salon Z and Imagica.com.
You got your names. Then you got your doing business as those. That's part. And then Laura. You got the Laura. And what was the one you won?
Oh, I won a raffle to get the Salon Z. That's the one I won, Salon Z.
So now you're able to do business and you can give people your product.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. We want to make sure that when you go on your site that you've got testimonies.
I have not had any testimonies yet.
Okay.
Not yet. I'm still trying to learn how to work the website.
Okay. Okay. But you're going to have it so that people will be able to see this.
Yes, ma'am.
And
I do have a few pictures on the website already.
Okay. Okay. So we can see that it's working.
Yes, ma'am.
And I'm going to say this. Once I found out that she had the product, I have hair, to me, that I think is thinning. And so I'm like, okay, I got to use this. And I'm putting this in every day because I want my hair to get pushy like it was before.
Yes, ma'am.
And it wasn't, to me, growing. So I wanted to make sure. So I use it also. And I know Bishop does. So amen.
Amen.
So we use it so we can testify the fact that it does change. It does make a difference. And besides, it smells good. All right. So,
thank you.
Amen. So your product is going, but I'm going to say how much with these?
So these are 1 ounce bottles and they're $10, and these are 4 ounce and they're $25.
$25.
Yes, ma'am.
And they can get them by going online or calling you or
yes,
going
ma'am.
to
and I will ship them if you're not in Michigan. Okay. I will ship them. I will drop them off. You can pick them up, however you want to do it.
Okay.
Make it easy for you.
I'm going to go back. You went from cosmetology class, something interested you while you were in the class and you decided to move in on that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you could have just stayed put. So what, I mean.
Talking about when I did the hair oil?
Yes.
It was my grandmother when she called me and asked me what could she use. And I said, give me some time and I'm going to figure it out. And that's when I came to the days and I found out that they had learned how to make oil.
Okay.
And I asked to be taught.
Okay.
And she told me what to do. And then I started making it and I sent it to my grandma. She was one of the first. My grandmother, the instructor that taught me, and my mom and my sister.
Okay. And so they're testimonies of what it is.
Yes,
but
and one of the friends from the school, she's one of my biggest supporters from the school.
Okay, but you could have stopped. Yeah. I mean, you could have said, well, no, I don't really want to do that. I mean, mama, grandmama, I'm not into that. Mm-hmm. But you didn't.
No.
So why?
I like challenges.
Okay, we know that, right?
And I just want to have something that can help people.
Okay.
Because a lot of people, like, their hair is their crown, and I don't have any hair right now. I cut it all off. I got braids right now. I'm growing my hair back now as we speak, so I've been using my product as well now. Okay. At first, I wasn't using it because I kept cutting it. There wasn't no reason to use it if I'm going to keep cutting it off. Okay. So, yeah. So you're going to be your own testimony, walking testimony. Yes, ma'am. All right. Well, we want to thank you for doing it because this is a product I think we can really go by. And why not support someone who is, a single parent who kept going past all these obstacles in her life. And wait, God put his approval on doing an LLC. Can you see this? He made it so that no one else was there to get this LLC. Mm-hmm. But she was there. Now, she couldn't have not have done it. She could have not have shown up at school that day, but she did. But God opened up a door for her to go through, and she walked through, taking your steps and walking into the door when God has opened up a door. Yes, ma'am. A lot of people don't do that. They don't see that God has opened up a door and they just shut it. And or they don't walk through it, but you walk through it. And now you've got your oils that you can sell in your companies. Yes, ma'am. Not just one, but two companies. Yes, ma'am. Amen. We want to thank you for coming through. And thank you for having me. Pressing your way. Amen. And God putting his stamp of approval on it. Amen. 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 I want to make sure that everyone knows again who you are and what companies you're starting. Shalita Estes, Salon Z, and Imagica Luxury Beauty. I'm gonna get that one day. Imagica Luxury Beauty. And we want to support her, so please make sure you tune in for her, all right? And I want to say thank you again for coming in with us. Thank you. I enjoyed my interview with you. Amen. God is blessing you, so continue to do what God has asked you and be led of God in all things. Yes, ma'am. He shines his light on you. Yes, amen. Ma'am, all the time. I want to thank all of you for tuning in, and have a blessed day. This is The Total You. Bye-bye for now. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the presentations and the broadcast. I hope you avail yourself of all the information that was given. Remember to continue to tune in at 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. here on RIC TV.